everyone, I'm Maggie Connolly and I'm from the Roper Mountain Science Center. Our at-home science activity today is to make a crater. So in order to make a crater, you need a few things. You're going to need a baking pan, something that has some depth to it. You're going to need some flour, some cocoa powder, and something that is round. Before we get started, I do want to tell you that this activity is a little messy, so you might want to do it outside. Or if you do it inside, you might want to do it in a place where you can put a towel down or maybe a tablecloth underneath your cake pan. I've actually chosen to do both. I'm outside and I have a towel. All right, so let's talk about craters. There are a couple different kinds of craters that exist. There are volcanic craters. What we're going to talk about today, though, are impact craters. So an impact crater is going to happen when a meteorite hits the surface of a planet or a moon. And when it hits, the spot where it hits, it's going to press that area down, but then the parts around it can kind of move up and they cause that crater shape. And sometimes you can even see things kind of spray out. It's called ejecta. So let's do it. We're going to start with our meteorite. We are going to hold it, I don't know, maybe about a foot above our planet or moon surface, and we're going to drop it. Ooh, did you see some of that stuff spray out? So that's what we call ejecta, and that happens sometimes when a meteorite hits. If we look at our crater, we'll be able to see this floor, which is this bottom part. These parts that go up are, of course, the walls. And then kind of right at the top, you'll see this rim. And again, we had that ejecta that sprayed out. So this is the basis of making a crater, but there are some other things that we can do with this activity to kind of extend it. I'm going to tell you about 3 different variables or things that you can change that might change the size and shape of your crater. So the first thing that we'll talk about is the speed of the meteorite. Not all meteorites hit a planet or moon at the same speed. So if you want to change the speed of your meteorite, you're going to hold it at a different height. So we held it from about right here to start with. If we held it up here, then that meteorite's going to be faster. When it hits that planet or moon, it's going to hit with more force. How is that going to affect the shape of our crater? What happens if we drop it closer to the moon or planet? Then that's going to be a little bit slower. So that's the speed. The second thing you can change is the size of the meteorite. Not all meteorites are the same size. So maybe instead of having a meteorite that's this big, maybe you have a meteorite that's only this big, excuse me. And when you have your new meteorite, you can do the same thing where you drop it from different heights and see how the speed changes the shape of that crater. And then the last thing you can do is to change the angle of impact. So we have been dropping our meteorite straight down. What would happen if you kind of dropped it at an angle? How would that change the size and the shape of our crater? So just by doing these 3 different variables, you can learn a lot about what affects the size and the shape of a crater that might be on a planet or a moon. Thank you for tuning in. We hope to see you again at Roper Mountain soon.